We are building the Sports Heroes project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Remember, the whole objective of this project is that we take data from sports tournaments and analyze them to, get certain insights. For our project here, we are looking at Wimbledon and French Open men's singles winners from 1968 onwards. Now, clearly, the first step in this project or a project of this sort is to get hold of appropriate data set so that we can do the analysis. We are going to get this from the internet. I'll show you how we got this data in an appropriate form so that then it can be taken to, let's say, the Python environment for analysis. In fact, we are using very easily available links. We are getting them from Wikipedia. These two links I'll show you later. So I come to this website on Wikipedia, which has the list of Wimbledon champions from, let's say, 1968 onwards. I scroll down to, this table, which is called the Open Era, starting from 1968. I just go to this table and copy every data item on this table. So, just a little bit laborious, but I just do it carefully so that I get the entire table, but nothing else. And I, of course, do a right click and let's say copy this. Um, then I come to a new Google Sheet and let's say unnamed Google Sheet, and I go and paste this in a very special way. I just go and say, well, paste special, let's say values only. So I do this. I'm just going to delete the first row because that looks extra to me. I'll delete this. Now remember, in my analysis, I only want 3 columns out of this, which is the year, country, and champion. Now this entire table has been copied, but for my case, and I just go and remove, let's say, the last 3 columns. Now, of course, it depends on the analysis you are doing. You can do more deeper analysis by also looking at, let's say, the runners up. You can look at the score in the final and so on. So that's entirely up to you, but for my case, I think 3 columns are just fine. So I just go and let's say delete these columns, right? So I just do that. So now I'm left with only, let's say, the 3 columns here. But you notice that this particular column C, which is basically the winners who have won, and it's also telling me how many times this person has won. So for example, Rod Lever won 4 times, and this was the 3rd time that he won, and so on. So I, for my analysis, I don't want this. So I just take this data here and I go and say data. I just say data, let's say split text to columns, and I just put a separator as so I go and put a custom separator as a bracket. Now the moment I do this, notice the bracket becomes a separator. This set of, let's say, numbers comes out, and I can then go and further delete this. So that kind of cleans up the text file for my analysis. Just one more step to be done, which is that, look, I have in case of Wimbledon, there was no competition in 2020, so I'm just going to remove this row from from the table at all completely, so that the whole thing is quite homogeneous. It looks consistent with everything. Now, having done this, of course, I need to get this in a form where, let's say, I can analyze this in Python. Now, having done this, I go and download this as a CSV file, a comma separated values file. When I click on this, notice it downloads for me, into my, let's say, machine. This particular, it says untitled spreadsheet, but I can, of course, go and rename this. So I come to my, downloads folder, and here I just rename this file to, let's say, Wimbledon. So when I do this Wimbledon, that's pretty much all I need. But of course, I must bring the CSV file to the Python REPL that I'll be using. So I get to my REPL that I'll be working with. I just go and say, well, upload a file, and and I select, let's say, Wimbledon. When I click open, you'll notice that this becomes a part of the REPL that we have been building. In fact, the Wimbledon.csv looks pretty cool. The data that I wanted is available to me. The top 3 lines are, the top row is year, country, champion, and the data is now available to me. In fact, I will do the same exact process to get my, French Open.csv as well. The reason I showed you this process is that this is the way you can get for any other, let's say, tournament or any other type of data that you want. You can sort of get it from the internet, but clean it up a little bit using, let's say, Google Sheets, and bring it here. So, it kind of works out quite fine. for the specific files that we are using in our project here, Wimbledon.csv, FrenchOpen.csv. In fact, we have made them available for our website as well. So let me just get the FrenchOpen.csv from here. I've done the same exact process as I just showed you, just that we have linked it over here. So I get my FrenchOpen.csv again. I open my FrenchOpen.csv. Again, I just go and download it to my computer so that I can then upload it to Replit. So that is done. Now, once again, obviously, this has to be brought into the REPL environment. So I just go in here and I just go and say, well, upload this file. And I go and open, let's say, French Open. So when I do this, now I have Wimbledon.csv in my project. I also have FrenchOpen.csv, and we are now ready for the analysis. Like I said, these are just templates. You can do analysis for different sports. You can do analysis from different set of data. But nonetheless, you do need the data to come in. And I thought this video would be hopefully helpful for you. Now, clearly, this is a part of the project called Sports Heroes. At Vibite, we learn Python programming in a very unique way. We build activities that illustrate concepts. Look at our website, www.vibite.in, because you will find that learning programming this way is very unique, but also very, very effective. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.